it's a great example of a northern New England hill farm, and not many of them available, accessible to the public that I know of in this way. The house has been wonderfully restored with a lot of original artifacts, and the story of the family is very well documented. So overall, it's just a really significant and important property. It's been primarily as a venue for events and programs. Most recently, the Bluegrass Festival. Before that, we had a long-running woodworkers and artisans show with some really talented, wonderful top-of-the-line products and craftsmen and artisans showing their stuff, workshops. We've got about 25 acres of the original 215 plots or so.
I love the barn. It's one of my favorite barns, and was thrilled to have it in my book. And I understand these buildings can be a challenge for societies like this, and I hope that it can be preserved for the future, because to me it holds a lot of historical significance in the way it was constructed. Most prominently among the construction is the presence of what's called the English tying joint, which is a region at the post's top where the tie beam, wall plate, and roof rafter all join together to tie the building in a very effective manner. And this joint goes back to England. That's why it's called the English tying joint. And the colonists brought it over here with them, virtually unchanged. The joint has its origins in medieval England, in barns that are still standing there in that country that date to the 1200s. So for something to last that long, this practice was carried out for some 500 or 600 years. And all we have to do now is come to a barn like this in Bridgton here and look up and see this. And in that we have a readily observable link to the old world. And it's really remarkable. In my mind, any barn with an English tying joint, that alone should make it eligible for the National Historic Register.
About a year ago, we were having trouble opening and closing the door, which has often been a bit of a challenge. But it was getting to be very, very difficult, and we had a couple of volunteers come out to figure out what was going on and get it working. And they were able to do that, but while they were doing it, they noticed that the reason wasn't the door itself, but the foundation underneath it. The sill was slipping and things were getting out of alignment. So we started having various people in to start looking at it, at the situation, to see what we needed to do. Just gradually became apparent that the situation was a bit more severe than we had thought.